Hi friends, it's Amy. Welcome to my bookish life. Today I have a long overdue, in a lot of these cases, haul for you. The past few videos that I have been posting have all been hauls that I filmed but never got around to editing and posting just because I just didn't. So all of those videos were from past Amy. Today, Amy has a different haircut. My tree is up because I know Christmas is over, but my tree will stay up until at least Epiphany, probably after that, because let's be honest, I don't do things on time. But I did just get my hair cut. I just love it. So, be kind if you don't. I had more layers put around my face, and she put like extra layers like in the back. And I don't know. I feel refreshed. As I was going through the process of editing these videos, I realized that I had acquired a bunch of books that I didn't actually haul anywhere, and that just felt wrong. And one in particular felt really wrong. In September, I went to the Booktube Besties Meetup in Madison, and I got to meet a wonderful group of ladies. It was just the most fun. It was just the best time being able to meet all of these people that I have chatted with in the comments that I didn't even realize that I knew, and obviously quite a few people that I had been watching. And we went to a bookstore, and it was a very successful trip. I did actually show the books that I purchased, or that I was going to purchase, to Krista as she was filming her vlog. And I don't know if I don't know. But I do have those books. I found all of them, so I could actually show them in this video, and I could actually say like why I purchased them, because some of them very specifically were suggested to me by wonderful people. So I'm going to start with those because I know where they came from. Most of these books are from the Frugal Muse bookstore, but some of them are not. So I'll try to remember which is what. So the first one is Small as an Elephant by Jennifer Richard Jacobson. And this book very specifically was recommended by Amanda Ziba on her channel, The Word Nerd. And she did this as a first chapter Friday. And my students and I watched her first chapter Friday, and they were like, Miss Bowman, this needs to go on your classroom list. This is about Jack Martle, who wakes up on the first morning of a camping trip with his mom in Acadia National Park, and he's all alone. It's not the first time his mom has disappeared, and Jack knows it's up to him to find her before someone figures out what happens and it separates them forever. So I'm glad to have it in my classroom since it was specifically requested by my students. Yeah. And then the next one was The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. This is a direct recommendation from Krista, I believe also Amanda. And this is just creepy middle grade at its finest. I love the semi illustrations that are in it, and I'm very excited. So this follows two abandoned Irish siblings who travel to work as servants at a creepy, crumbling English manor house. But the house and its inhabitants are not quite what they seem. Soon the children are confronted by a mysterious stranger and by an ancient curse that threatens their very lives. And the next one is The Book of Dares. No. Yeah, The Book of Dares for Lost Friends by Jane Kelley. This is actually a book that I had out from the library, didn't get to, but I read a chapter, like I read the first chapter of it, and I really liked it, and I wanted to get to it. So I'm kind of excited that I saw it on the shelves and was able to pick it up. Val and Lenora have been friends forever. Val expects their relationship to stay the same, but after they start middle school, Lenora decides to reinvent herself. I feel like that's like the plot point for so many middle grades, and I think there's a reason for it. I think that is the kind of story that students need to hear because it's so real. It's so, so real. Then the next one that I got was Mississippi Bridge by Mildred D. Taylor. This is part of the Logan family series, and I have most of them already in my classroom, so I just wanted to pick it up. It's just a wisp of a book. It follows Cassie Logan again, like Logan from Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. So they're seeing their grandma off on a trip, and the bus driver very forcefully tells their grandmother to go to the back of the bus, and disaster strikes in the rain is what it says. I don't know. Obviously, so short, but good book to have. And then this one is a direct recommendation from Sarah. This is The Ickabog by J.K. Rowling. And I don't really actually know what it's about, but she was like, have you read The Ickabog? And I was like, no. And she was like, do you want to? And I was like, should I? And she was like, yes. So, kind of excited to see what this has in store. And then I have Brave by Svetlana Chmakova. This is part of the Awkward series. I don't know what it's called. The Berrybrook Middle School series. These are really cute graphic novels. My students really like them, and I don't have this one in my classrooms. Or I hadn't had this one in my classroom. Now I do. So, next is The Islanders Search for Treasure by Mary Alice Monroe and Angela May. This is the sequel to The Islanders. I had an arc of The Islanders. In The Islanders, the main character, Jake, is staying with his grandmother because his dad is recovering from some pretty serious war injuries, and he meets some friends. They learn a lot on Dewey Island about animal conservation and things like that. They just have all kinds of adventures in the first one. So it was very cool that I found it brand spanking new for a smaller price. I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was very much in the vein of Hoot by Carl Hyacin. And then I found this book, upside down. Then I found this book. This is The Three Pigs by David Weisner. And I love David Weisner. He is just a fabulous illustrator. This one is so fun because they're like telling the story and the three pigs are messing with the story. Just love it. They're escaping their story to try to get to other stories, and they do all kinds of fun, wonderful things. It's really just a hoot and a half. I love having books like this in my classroom. My kiddos have reading buddies in the younger grades, so having books like this in my classroom that they can say, I want to grab that book and I want to read it to my buddy today, is really just a lot of fun. The last book that I got at the Frugal Muse was The Sanatorium by Sarah Pearse, and this book is so creepy. It looks so good. It has to do with a former sanitarium that has newly been renovated into the Hotel Les Sommets. Les Sommets? I don't know. But it has been plagued by dark rumors. When Detective Alan Warner's estranged brother Isaac and his fiancée Lore invite her to celebrate their engagement at the hotel, Alan reluctantly accepts, arriving in the midst of a storm. It's going to be a book that I'm going to want to read when there's snow on the ground, and yeah. So I don't know when I'm going to get to this, but I'm going to get to this. So those are the books from the Frugal Muse. But then also on that trip, these ladies, They're so cool. Okay. So they like gave us stuff just for meeting them. Like we needed an incentive, right? So Lindsay from Lindsay's little library like had a bunch of books that she was giving us, and this is Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. I really love this book. And it just felt like a book I wanted on my shelves. So I'm really glad that I have it on my shelves. I don't know that I'll be able to read it again, but there's a part of me that really wants to, just because I loved how much it destroyed me. However, I don't know that it would destroy me the same amount if I read it again. It's just one of those books that you can't read for the first time again, and that stinks, but it's really beautiful and I really like it. Amanda gave us some of her bookmarks that she makes, and she makes these wonderful bookmarks. Did I keep them anywhere near where I was? No, they're all in use. Krista gave me Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand, but she specifically brought this for me because I got the YA version for my birthday from Amy at ASR Reads, and she was like, you should have the adult version too. So she just happened to have like an extra copy, and she decided to give it to me. And I just am very, very intrigued by this book. I know one of my former students read it, and he wrote about it as his favorite book of all time when he was in 8th grade. And it has to do with pilots during World War II. Definitely a good nonfiction to have. So I was just setting my books on the table where my computer is sitting, and they were a little heavy. So I've moved them. We're good. All right. So the next books that I want to talk about are books that I purchased from Goodwill. I found books 1 through 6 in the Mercy Watson series by Kate DiCamillo. I love this series. It's so cute. The 3 that I have right here is Something Wacky This Way Comes, Princess in Disguise, and Thinks Like a Pig, Fights Crime, and Takes a Ride. Were the other 2 that I found, and then they didn't have book 1 at Goodwill, but then this I did not get at Goodwill. This I got at a rummage sale on the same day. I found Silent Night by Mary Higgins Clark. So in this one, there's a cancer diagnosis, a road trip for a life-saving operation, and a kidnapping. It's very intriguing. Very intriguing. And then this book, I've heard a lot about this book, but this is The Mothers by Britt Bennett. This is her debut. Okay, cool. A book about community and ambition, love and friendship, and living up to expectation in contemporary Black America. I've heard very good things about this book. It was on clearance for 99 cents, and I just felt like that was a pretty good price, so I bought it. And then this one has actually been on my wish list, and it's The Holdout by Graham Moore. This is a very nice Book of the Month edition from February of 2020. It's the most sensational case of the decade. 15-year-old Jessica Silver, heiress to a $1 billion real estate fortune, vanishes on her way home from school, and her teacher, Bobby Knox, is the prime suspect. I love thrillers. Courtroom thrillers are kind of hit and miss with me, so I am very excited to see where this goes. It says one juror changed the verdict. What if she's wrong? So intriguing. I don't know where these books come from. They just magically appear. Okay. Then I found A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This is a book that's been on my radar for a while. I had no idea that it was this long until Becca Books and Bujo was talking about it on her channel. It was like her big book. And yeah, I had no idea it was this long. It's very intimidating, but I've heard that it's so good. Maybe someday. That was at a rummage sale as well. I guess it had a rummage sale sticker on it. And then lastly, this book I'm kind of excited about because I purchased the first book in this series from Usborne Books, and then I found the second book in the series, 48 Hours, The Medusa Curse by Gabrielle Lord. I found it at Goodwill for 99 cents, and that was very exciting because if my students like it, they can then get the second book. This was mixed media. Maybe I should find a page that actually has mixed media in it. There we go. So it's a mixed media book, very much a mystery, and just a very intriguing premise. And it is from Usborne, so it usually that means that it's going to be high quality. Maybe someday. So I actually used some Amazon gift cards to get some books, and it wasn't very many of them, so I didn't do a haul right away. So I've just kind of been waiting to do like another gift card haul, and I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to throw them in with this bunch. So this first one is Will You Survive? And it is a choose your own adventure survival story, which I just think is so incredibly fun. You get to certain points in the story and you're given options as to what you're going to do. And then when you choose those options, obviously it's a choose your own adventure. Like we've known that, like these are not new, right? So you go to that option and then it tells you if it was a good choice or not. So there's that one. These next three are not for my classroom, but I use gift cards to purchase them. So the first one is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This one was just all over Instagram, all over Booktube. I've heard such great things about this book. I don't know. It just felt, like a good thing to spend my gift cards on. So I did. And then this one, The Beach Trap by Allie Brady, I saw all over the place as well, and it just looked like a lot of fun. 12-year-olds Kat Steiner and Blank O'Neill meet at Camp Chickawa, and they have an instant connection, but everything falls apart when they learn they're not just best friends, they're also half-sisters. Confused and betrayed, the girls break off all contact. And 15 years later, their father suddenly dies, and Kat and Blake discover he's left them a joint inheritance, the family beach house in Destin, Florida. It just looks so fun. And then this one is Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This book is a cozy mystery, and I love cozy mysteries. I love how cozy mysteries are becoming more and more mainstream, more diverse. I just think it's really a great thing, any way you look at it. And this one has to do with accidentally murdering someone. What happens when you mix one accidental murder with 2,000 wedding guests and then toss in a possible curse on 3 generations of immigrant Chinese Indonesian family? 4 meddling Asian aunties coming to the rescue. I mean, come on, that's just fun. This is the book club pick for March for my In Real Life book club, and my friend Destiny is going to be buddy reading it with me at the same time. So very excited about that one. Then I went to Goodwill last night because that's what you do when you're off school and you don't know what day it is. You go to Goodwill every once in a while. I found 2 books for me. So the first book is Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. It's kind of been all over the place. It's been on my wish list for a while. I'm kind of intrigued by it. I'm a lot intrigued by it. I'm very intrigued. There is a bookish plot line to it. If you know me, you know that that's something that I absolutely generate toward. Marcus Castor Rupp has a secret. The world may know him as I don't know how to say that. Aeneas. Aeneas, star of the biggest show on television, but fan fiction readers call him something else. Book. Aeneas would never. Marcus releases his frustrations with the show by writing and posting an anonymous story about the internet's favorite couple, Aeneas and Lavinia. But if anyone were to discover his online persona, he'd be finished in Hollywood. Oh my gosh. I love it even more. April Whittier has secrets of her own, a hardcore Lavinia fan. She's long hidden her fanfic and cosplay hobbies from her real life, but not anymore. When she dares to post her latest costume creation on Twitter, her plus-size take goes viral. And when Marcus asks her out to spite her internet critics, truth officially becomes stranger than fan fiction. Come on. That's fun. This is The Lazy Genius Way by Kendra Adachi. Krista read this, and it was very intriguing. It sounded very intriguing. Sounded like it had some great tips in it. And my friend Destiny is buddy reading it, and I was thinking about joining her and her buddy, who I also know. And I was going to just get it from the library, but then I was like, I'm probably going to want to actually see this in my face and things like that. So I just decided, I actually went back to Goodwill to go get it. I left Goodwill, I didn't buy it. And then I was like, no, I do want it. I do. And then I almost left it sitting in the store when I left because obviously I need help with my organizational skills, which I hear this could help with. I also wanted to show you some bookish things that I got for Christmas. So the first one actually is from my boss, who had my name in Secret Santa at school, and she got me this book dragon. And I absolutely just noticed now that it actually has my name on it. It says Miss Bowman. And I don't remember this conversation at all. She also got me, if you can see the sign behind my shoulder, it says, "In a world full of bookworms, be a book dragon." I don't remember this conversation at all, but she is brand new this year, and she was talking with some staff, and I was talking about my books, and she saw how many books I have in my classroom, and she was like, "Holy cow, this is crazy." And she was like, "So you're like the resident bookworm?" And apparently I said, "I'm not a bookworm, I'm a book dragon." I don't think I said it like that. I really don't. I mean, can you picture me talking to my brand new boss and saying, "I'm a book dragon," with the hand gesture and everything? The sad thing is I can see me doing that, but I don't remember it. Anyway, so she got me a bunch of book dragons because I'm a book dragon, which I just love. Then my goddaughter is like, honestly, kids are fun. Kids are really fun. But when you have a goddaughter that is 18 years old and you get to be like friends, it's so much cooler. So much cooler. I mean, I thought it was awesome when she was like little and we could do stuff, but like, it's so much fun to be friends with your goddaughter. So cool. So, not 100% bookish, but she got me this bracelet. Okay, so it has like this notch in it, and the inside it says, "First my godmother, forever my friend." But the outside has this notch, and when you put it on your wrist, then you take your ponytail holder and you put it around your wrist so that it doesn't cut off your circulation, and then whenever you need it, you take it off and you put your hair up, and it's wonderful. And I just think that's super cool. She also has a sister that designs, she makes like custom design type stuff, and her sister helped her design this cute cup for me. It is a 20-ounce cup, and it says, "First my godmother, forever my friend." And then it has my name, and it has a heart with a bookshelf. And it's just so cute and so cool, and I just love it. And the fact that she like put so much thought into exactly how she wanted this to look, and it's just so cool. I'm so stinking proud of this girl. Not that I had a lot to do with it. I'm just the girl whose uncle asked her to be the godmother to his daughter. But still, it's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. Yeah. And then my godmother and I have been exchanging books every Christmas. My godmother and I are both pretty big readers, and she loves Christmas books. Loves them. And it's always so much fun to choose one. I always choose one that sounds interesting to me that I hope that she'll also like. So this year, she got me Sleigh Bells Ring by Rianne Thane. I have enjoyed her books before. This is, I don't know if it's a part of a series. She writes a lot of Christmas books. So this says, employed as a live-in caretaker of Angels View Ranch, Annalise McCade is just trying to make it through the holidays with both her sanity and her nieces and nephews' faith in the magic of Christmas intact. The 6-year-old twins recently lost their mother, so Annie tells herself it won't be a problem to bring them to her workplace. The Sheridans haven't visited Angels View in years, not since the patriarch Wallace died. They would never know the twins were there until Tate Sheridan shows up out of the blue 2 weeks before Christmas. But Tate surprises Annie by asking them to stay and help him get the house ready for one last family Christmas before the ranch is put on the market. I hear Christmas romance bells. I've talked about a lot of books, and I'm not going to hold them up because that would be... That could have catastrophic results. I can't do it. But I would love to hear from you and chat with you down in the comments. If you've heard of any of these books, read any of these books, loved any of these books, hated any of these books, I don't know. I would love to chat with you. I hope that you like this video. It's a little long, a little haphazard, and a little all over the place. So my apologies. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, I would love it if you would subscribe. I hope that you're finding something wonderful to read. And until next time, happy reading.